What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Masters Week. And for today's video, we're going to do something a little bit special. Today, while the load screen's still up, we're going through Georgia Golf Club, designed by the one and only Tech Bud. But I just played 54 holes, starting off my SGT journey. Shout out to Gray Barn Golf for making it happen. So I'm completely shot. But I figured, since it's Masters Week and Tech Bud actually did an update for this course, I figured it would be cool if, as we're loading this up, to do the flyovers on 1, 9, 12, and 18 for both this one, which is the original one, or the latest one, or the one that's out, that's been out. We're going to go through and just do the flyovers for all 4 holes and see if we can compare. I'm going to do the update real quick. We'll go back to the main menu and we'll load up the updated course and do the flyovers here. But so no swinging, but has to be done here for Masters Week. I wish I was feeling a little bit better and I could actually play the holes on the new one. I'll probably do that in the future. But let's take a look at this from Georgia Golf Club. I have loaded up on the tips. I'm just going to concede the hole after the flyover is done. But I have it loaded up on the black tees and got the signature hole markers, the bench here, trash can. You guys should be seeing that stuff over here on the left. Ooh, I got to click. You should be seeing this stuff over here. We got the guy in the camera tower over there. So basically, like I said, we're just going to see if we notice. I know there's one big difference, which is really cool. TechBud put an option for in this update that we'll see right after this. But let's just do the flyovers and see if we notice any big differences. So first hole, par 4, 450. Get the mouse out of the way. I mean, if you guys have played this, I've played this a handful of times already. It is a very challenging course, a rather brutal course, but as it is right now, obviously the graphics are unreal. All the trees, the fairways, the bunkers, the bushes, the flowers, pretty crazy job. I'm very, very curious to see what the new one looks like, and I actually got a sneak peek of it the other day. I was in Sean Flying Fat Kid's stream, and he subscribes to TechBud's Patreon, and he actually gave me kind of a sneak peek of the update. And I just saw, since I've loaded up and I'm joining the SGT, I saw that next week pretty much all the tours are there. So it's prompted me to do the update. So I figured this would be a cool idea. But let's go ahead and concede the hole. Oh, don't tell me I have to hit do I have to hit a shot? I'm just going to tap it. I think I have to hit a shot. I was debating doing this on on-course practice, but I didn't know if I could do the flyover still. Let's just hit a shot and then concede the hole. It's about as far as my tee shot would go right now anyways. All right, and we'll concede. All right, on to the 9th hole, par 4, 471. Let's hit the flyover. Trees look awesome. Tee boxes look awesome. Camera towers. Scoreboard over there in the distance. By far my favorite tournament of the year. I will be watching the around-the-clock coverage. You got the chairs over there. Super cool. I'm going to be watching the around-the-clock coverage. I like the fact that, one, it's just like such a historic tournament. 2, the fact that they make it super accessible for the average golfer just to be able to watch. To where they stream pretty much everything on their app or their website for free. It's awesome. I don't know why they like almost gatekeep. I get with sponsors and other stuff for other tournaments, but to me, it's so accessible, and I love that I can watch pretty much everything that I want, start to finish. So that was 9. We'll go ahead, concede this, go over to 12. Iconic hole here. Remember Tiger back here, if you look at the mini map, or over here, being back here and having to chip out of that. Probably the most iconic hole here with the bridge at Georgia Golf Club. Let's hit the flyover. 12th hole, par 3, 166. Water looks awesome. Both bridges look awesome. All the flowers, bushes, camera tower. These course designers, man, I always say it, but these guys are wizards. We will concede and go over to the final hole, 18th hole, par 4, 456 on the old version, quote unquote, I guess you would call it. But let's hit the flyover here, and I'll probably do a quick edit I'll end this, and then I'll download the update, which should take 2 seconds, and just cut out the load up time, and then I'll jump back over after this flyover. We'll jump back over into the updated version and see if we notice anything big, like I'm saying. Obviously, this course is already super well done, so it's not like it's like in a desperate need of an update. So I'm just curious if there's any kind of minute type of detail stuff that maybe catches my eye. Pretty awesome. All right, so like I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this, do the update, just download the update, load it back up, same holes, 1, 9, 12, and 18, and I'll see you guys on the first tee on the updated course. All right, folks, we're back. As you can tell, updated version looks a little bit different here at Georgia Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, home of the Masters. This box here to enable tournament setup, this is super, super, super unique. I have never seen anything like this, and the fact that TechBud was able to do this is super crazy, thinking outside of the box. So as you would imagine, you can enable this. I'm not sure if this is able to be like toggled again throughout the round to switch back and forth. I've heard it's only the first tee. Maybe if someone has played this, or by a happen chance TechBud stumbles across this, he can let us know. But basically, as you can see, you can enable tournament setup on or off. So basically that gets rid of a lot of the ropes, the hole markers, I'm sure the chairs, the leaderboard. So if you were to show up and play this course, lucky enough to play it somehow, any other time besides Masters Week, it would obviously look a little bit more like this versus what we're all accustomed to seeing on TV, the tournament setup, which the other one was. So I'm going to leave it on this, but we're going to go ahead and press close. And I can already tell more shading, it looks like. I think maybe that sign next to the trash can could be a little bit different. To me, the colors pop a little bit more. It could be the color of the sky. Everything looks a little bit more vibrant. I'm only running on 1080p Ultra, which is still pretty good, but like I have a budget projector, a budget screen, so I'm not getting the most out of this. I'm sure it looks unreal on your end with the screen recording, but just like we did, let's go through holes 1, 9, 12, and 18. I will say there was a little bit of a brief period in between here. Even only the 4 holes, it took a while for it to load up, which I don't have a problem with, and I'm using a laptop, so that's part of it, but that always means when the courses take a bit longer to load, they are super, super intricate and super detailed with the graphics. So let's go ahead and do these flyovers here for the 4 holes on this updated version. First hole, par 4, 450. Chairs, seems like more shade. Could be just a difference in the time of day. Maybe it's why things are popping a little bit, but I always try to load it up and I don't change a ton. To me, it seems like the trees are more detailed, a little more shading in the bunker, more detail around the greens possibly. Again, the previous version was awesome, awesome, awesome. So it's not like it was like this low-level job that needed to be updated. I'm just trying to see if I can notice anything that's a little bit different. To me, what catches my eye is like I said, the vibrance of the trees, how detailed they are, the pine straw, that pink bush tree azalea thing in the back. To me, it looks like there's a little more shading in the fairway here, and you can tell even a little bit, or at least I can, with the tee box. That bench maybe is a little more detailed. Again, I'm not sure if this was like a complete overhaul or just like a minor update, but I unfortunately have to hit the same shot I did before, just to be able to concede the hole and move on to the next one. Again, apologies for not swinging. I'm 100% going to be playing not only 6 to 9 rounds likely here next week, but I will 100% be doing a actual 3 to tee video of playing 1, 9, and 18 here. It just has to be done, and I'll likely be doing live streams here besides that as well. But 9th hole, par 4, 471. Again, to me, just more vibrant. The grass is popping a little bit more. It seems like the trees are super detailed. These courses are getting to the point where if you're on like a high resolution monitor, like a 4K monitor, and you happen to take the right picture, I'm starting to have a tough time differentiating between GSPro courses and real life courses, to be honest, with some of the pictures. But let's hit the flyover. Again, all the pine trees, pine straw looks awesome. Good contrast between the colors. You got the shades with the trees. That scoreboard's still there. Camera tower. To me, a little more shading it looks like in the bunkers. So they're a little bit darker, a little more contrast. Again, not that the other one needed updated, but this looks amazing. We're going to go ahead and concede. Go over to the most iconic hole. So let's see here on this tee box. Again, just could be the lightness, the lighting settings. It seems more vibrant. Things pop a little bit more, like the bridge stands out a bit more. All the pinks in the azalea bushes, mow lines, the shading in the grass. Again, I'm no course designer by any means, but I've been trying to kind of train my eye a little bit to pick up on some more details. Let's hit the flyover. 12th hole, par 3, 166. Rays Creek with the bridges. I was actually talking to Sean when he showed it to me. I was wondering that like the bunkers are just so like pure white that they look not unrealistic, but just like I'm not accustomed to seeing that perfect of a sand. But it does make sense for how pristine this course is. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a super accurate representation, which I'm sure it is. So to me, it seems like there could be some more like gravel and shading in the bunkers. But the fact that the conditions here are so perfect, I'm sure that the bunkers do accurately represent what we'll be seeing on TV. So let's go ahead and concede this and go over to the final hole, which will be 18. Unfortunately, with not playing them, we don't get the cool transition flying over. But standing here on the 18th tee box, par 4, 456. I see a camera tower over to the left. Again, the detail in the trees, the rope, the shade, the shading in the grass. Crazy. I mean, between this version and the old version, this has to be a top 3, if not the most played course ever on GSPro, you would think. I guess if I had to sum it up, a little more shading too here in the bunkers. It just seems like things are a little more vibrant. It's a bit greener. There's more contrast with the pine straw, it looks like, more detail. I love it. This is awesome. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I know something a little bit different. Sorry, I'm not swinging. A little bit different version of the 3 to tee. One, I don't even know if I'll call it that, but one, we didn't do 3 holes, and 2, I didn't even play. So we basically just did flyovers, doing my best Eagles and birdies flyover impression here with this video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any cool plans, any kind of tournaments or whatever for Masters Week. Like I said, I'm going to be watching the around-the-clock coverage, and I can't wait for it. You guys should be seeing this video on Wednesday, which is the day before the Masters. So happy Masters Week to everybody. Shout out to the members. And like I always say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next course.